Well, welcome to CAPIC's 42nd annual meeting of the corporation. 42 years is really an incredible time for any business to still be alive and functioning and thriving. And we owe that thanks to not only the staff here, the dedicated staff, but to the dedicated board of directors. And CAPIC has a board of directors that run this nonprofit, and there are 21 members. And I'd appreciate it very much if you could raise your hand so the staff and guests could see who the members of the board are. So these are folks that, yeah, a round of applause. And the CAPIC board of directors, back from 1967, they represent three sectors of the community. They represent the public sector, and the chief elected officials of Chelsea, Revere, and Winthrop sit on the board of directors, and they have appointments that they make to the board. And there are also representatives from the private sector, representing legal, banking, and business, and clergy, etc. And there's a low-income sector of the board, which are persons that, even though they're not low-income themselves, as long as they reside within a target area, a low-income target area of Chelsea, Revere, and Winthrop, they are elected to the board of directors. So the board of directors has officers. There were 4 officers: president, vice president, treasurer, and a clerk. Michelle Cromwell is our outgoing and coincidentally incoming president. I also just want to introduce our vice president, Tom Stewart. And our treasurer, Len Spada. So we think it's very appropriate to thank these members that served this corporation. I don't know how many voluntary hours. They're volunteers over the past 12 months. And we think it's only appropriate that we recognize them, not only the officers, but the entire board, and that we present the officers with a token of appreciation that we as an organization has. So I know Michelle Cromwell, if you'd allow me to first call up your Vice President, Tom Stewart.
I just want to thank Tom Stewart. Tom Stewart is over at the Social Security. He's right behind us, and he has done a lot for the organization, and he does a lot of Social Security as well. And everything that we do here, the officers, I mean, the volunteer, we really appreciate him volunteering his time.
And Rochelle is going to now present our treasurer, local attorney Len Spada.
How do we get this?
Thank you, Len.
Thank you.
Last, certainly not least, is our dedicated clerk of the corporation, who's responsible for all of the minutes, the correspondence, etc., along with others.
Thank you so much. I do have to say that the clerk's position has gotten a lot tougher over the past year, and Monterey has definitely stepped up to the plate. Thank you so much.
I'd like to ask Tom Stewart, the Vice President, to come up and present a token of appreciation to Michelle.
I'll just take a couple words. It's hard to imagine anyone working harder for this organization than Rochelle has over the, I think now, 5 years that I've served on the board since I came to the Chelsea Social Security office. It's amazing the amount of time you put into this organization, and the fruit shows. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd also just like to introduce a few members of the board that are here that I can see. Of course, Robert Bradley, D.B. Bradley, City Council President from Revere, Tony Zambuto, Tom Stewart, of course. I'd like to introduce Pat Dilke, Teresa McGrath, and Angie Patron. Joseph DiCarlo, sitting up front here. Isabella O'Brien, former policy council member here with the Head Start program. And did I miss anyone? Elizabeth McBride, former school committee person here from Chelsea, and also Margaret Johnson, policy council member,
And Mrs. Vader.
and Len Spader, who you just met. Great. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Well, we'd like to move next to making award presentations. For the past 3 years, CAPIC has been identifying, recognizing partners that we have in the community. The first year we did this, which was 2007, we recognized the Latimer Society here, the Robinson Brothers, for their service with this organization and the workforce development initiative that they had done. And we've been associated with the Robinsons for 25 years or better now. The second award, which was given out in 2008, was given to Laird Training Center, also a workforce development organization, private nonprofit here in Chelsea, that has become very close to our organization, understanding the importance of training and employment for those that are trying to achieve self-sufficiency. So we in this third year, have made a selection also. But I just want to say, before we go to that, identifying that third partner, our third-year partner, I just want to let you know that this organization that is comprised of about 160 employees, and there's an annual revenue of about $12 million. The employees that are here are the most dedicated, competent persons that you could ever work with, and I'm very proud to be associated with this organization. This past year in 2009, the staff of this organization served over 14,000 families. I mean, it's really extraordinary, from the Chelsea Winthrop area and some neighborhoods beyond. And that represented over 5,000 families. So it really is an amazing achievement that 160 employees can do so much hard work and produce so many good results. We've been experiencing some very challenging days. We have a housing program that has been placing homeless families for the past 30 years. That program is on the brink of being dissolved September 30th because of funding here in the Commonwealth. We've been able to maintain that program for the past 12 months through President Obama's stimulus funding that we received, along with a few other initiatives. So we're working very hard to keep these programs going for the community, because we know those that are in Chelsea, here in Winthrop, we have our own particular problems, and every community does. But we have our first obligation to Chelsea, here in Winthrop residents as a corporation, and I want to speak for the board president on that too. I hope you'll enjoy the annual report. So I'm going to move Rochelle to introduce. Let me tell you first of all, the process that we use in nominating an organization as a partner comes from managers within the organization. And the same thing occurs with persons that receive scholarships here. So we go out to the troops. So I don't make the selection. We go out to the troops and we ask them who in the community has served us in a manner that should be recognized in a special way. And this year, for this third partnership award, Joanne Stone-Warner, Head Start Director, came forward with a nomination. And I'm going to ask Joanne to speak a little bit about the organization and the person, because she knows them by far better than I do. But I will tell you that the Raising the Reader program has brought more benefits to this organization in more ways to help families than I can possibly think of. It's a perfect partner with the Head Start program in this organization. And our mission, as you know, is to help people achieve self-sufficiency. So what better tool do we have than to be linked with a program that dedicates itself to reading? So with that, I'd like to invite Joanne Stone-Warner to say a few words.
I think of Donna DiFilippo as a friend and a partner. We've known each other for, I don't know, since 2007? 4. Prior to Raising a Reader, Head Start has a mandate to provide family literacy opportunities. So one of our measures to achieve that mandate was to go out and buy literacy kits for every classroom. So prior to